Hello everyone, this is day 6 of the 30-day forward testing strategy for binary options using the trend martingale approach. We've had 5 days of success. Let's see what happens today. As a summary, we're going to be only trading the Euro USD on a 30-second time frame using a trend martingale approach, and the progression numbers are 1, 2, 4, 9, 19, 41, 89, 192, 415, and 898. Uh, Being that this is a demo account, we only have slightly over $1,000. We cannot go to the 10th progression because we would not have enough money for that. So if it comes to that, we'll decide on what to do. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. Looks like the trend is going down, so I'm going to place my first trade of $1 on the put. As soon as I do that, I do see the open position on the left hand side. It's going between a win and a loss. It's a loss right now, so let's just see what happens today. Friday is typically a very active market, or a very active day and time, because this is Friday is the time when a lot of reports are released. One of the reports that has a very huge impact is the NFP, which is a non-farm payrolls report. Sometimes the unemployment numbers are released. The producer's price index. It's a lot of active reports that will actually impact the market either up or down in a very severe manner. It was actually a good day to trade when you think about it in terms of when you do binary options, when you have a limited risk. If you win 87 cents or 87%, and if you lose 100%. You don't go beyond that, and you can wager low amounts. So we've had 2 losses in a row. Now, coming up on our third progression, it looks like it's going to be a win, but we don't know for sure because it could go the other direction, and it did, and it came back down almost immediately after taking a loss. So this time it's actually a loss again. I'm going to go for the call now. You notice we open our trade at 8:05:42 seconds, and at 8:05:42 we were somewhere around this level, which is at 372. We took a put position, and 42 and 12 is right there, so slightly below that. So this time we have booked a gain, our first gain for the session, and that was at the 4th progression. So since we won on the 4th progression at a call, we continue with the call position, but we lower our bet to $1. So every win that we make, we always go back to the level 1 progression, which is the $1 level. So we began our day at our first trade at 8:04, which means that we will go till 8:24 today. We started with 1095, I believe. We'll go back to the numbers. Approximately 1095 to 1096 was what we started with. So objective is to make $15 in 20 minutes. That's our target rate. It could be slightly higher or lower depending on how many progressions we take. This time we lost, so we're going to go for a $2 put. And be very careful about the push, which means when you break even, you have to make sure the next bet is the same amount as the break-even bet. And also be very careful because of the volatility. You might think you are making a win or making a loss, but it could be the opposite opposite results, basically, of what was intended to be based on your perception. So be very careful, wait for the position to close, wait for it to record the win, the loss, or the break even, and then continue with the next trade. So right now we have a win in our hands, and it looks like the trend is going downwards at a put. Okay, you see the zigzags, those are not good. We want a constant downtrend and then followed by a little bit of zigzags. Right, this time it's going to be a loss, and we're going to do a $2 call right now. It'll be good if we can somehow automate this process, by which if you win, it's going to stick with the $1 in the same direction. If you lose, it's going to go in the opposite direction using the martingale approach. I am exploring a few options. One of them is called an I macro. So you record your action, and then you play the macro, and the macro will execute the trade for you. Because this could be a little intensive. Sitting in your screen for 1 hour today and making about 120 trades for that 1 hour. This could be pretty intensive. Or what you could do is, you could trade for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, then go ahead and start the next hour. It looks like this is a loss. I'm going to go for a $2 put. And looks like this trade could bring us to the $1,100 mark. If it's a winning trade, it is. So let's see what happens. We have 1 second left to go, and that is a loss. It was very close to a win. You notice 8-11-10 and 8-11-40. So right about there, and then 10 is right about there. Okay. So it looks like this is going for a loss. So let's keep our fingers ready, and let's go for the put right now. Okay. The markets looks like they're very volatile, so let's just assume that this is going to be a loss because it's way above from our execution price. So we should go ahead and okay, so it's going to be a $19 call. So this is our 5th progression. We haven't gone beyond 5 progressions so far, and it looks like yeah, we can't really say, but right now it looks like we are going to be winning. We have about 10 seconds left to go, but it could just immediately snap back down. As I was mentioning, it did. Now we are at a break even though we had a loss. So we're going to go for $41 put. Okay. We have about 15 seconds left to go. Looks like we are at a good state, but we don't know. So it could be a blessing, it could be... Okay, it looks like that is a win. So we finally won on our 6th progression. And we are at 1099.94. So with the $1 investment we put in, we actually broke $1,100. So I mean, I'm just starting with a minimum base of 124919. You could always multiply that for whichever number suits you. So if you think you want to start with the $5, then you can go with the 5. Just multiply every progression by 5. So it's going to be 5, 10, and then 20, and then 45, and then 95, etc., etc. So I always like to start low. That way you keep your risk low, you just work hard for your money. In this case, it looks like it's going to be a loss, so let's go ahead and place our next trade of $4 on a put option. Let's hope that this wins. We got a perfect execution because as soon as we executed it, it went down. So we executed at the peak. If we were maybe a second late, then we probably would not have got a good execution. So it's about timing and luck as well. Okay, it looks like this is going to be a win. So we also got another perfect good execution, but now it spiked back up. Alright, as far as time is concerned, we started at, I believe, 8:04, so we're going to go to 8:24. We've got about 8 minutes left to go on this trading for day 6. Looks like that's going to be an impressive win. And I'm going to execute. Okay, so that's also going to be another win for us, which is good. And we have another 7 minutes left to go. Okay, looks like this is going to be a loss, so let's go ahead and keep our fingers at the $2 level. And let's get started to go the opposite direction for a $2 call. Okay, it was a very good execution because if we had been a millisecond late, we would have got a call at either this price or that price. So this was good, and it was a blessing for us because we got a good execution at this price. But right now it's going down. It's crossed back up. So the results would have been different if we got executed over here. Right. And let's see, that's a win for us. Okay, So reduce our bet to $1. 6 minutes left to go. Okay, it's a loss, so we went in the opposite direction and we doubled it. So it's a $2 put. Okay, looks like that's going to be a loss again at the last minute. Actually, it's a win. See, that's why we have to be really careful. It could be 1 second left to go, and it could show that it could be a loss, but then it could just flip back up, and it could be a gain. Okay. Alright, let's keep our fingers ready. Looks like this could be a loss. No, it's actually a gain. We have 3 wins in a row. So we had 1105.38. So it's about a gain of about $10. So we've got 4 more minutes to go. Let's see whether we can crank another $4 or $5 out of that. Okay. So looks like this is another gain for us, and it's going to be the direction of the put. So let's see. Okay, it's still a call right now because we lost on the initial position of a $1 put. So let's see. 3 more minutes to go. Okay, it's going to be a $4 put right now. Okay, looks like we have a gain there. And $1, assuming that's a gain. Just broke through that level. All right. Sliver above our execution price. Right now we had a push level. Alright, that's a significant up spike, which is good. It needs to hold the level. No, it did not hold the level. Sliver above. Okay, so it looks like we're heading for another loss. For a $19 put, and we have 1 more minute to go. So we'll see how this trade pans out. If we have to go to the next progression or the next progression over, it'll be our time to also exit the session. It's over 20 minutes. It looks like this is going to be another loss for us. So I'm going to go for a $41 call. So that was the highest that we ever got to. And it's 8:24. So if this trade is successful, then it's going to be the end of our session. But if not, we're going to go up further 1 level. Okay, we have 11 seconds left to go. It looks like it's going to be a loss. It's going to be a gain now. 3, 2, 1. No, didn't make it. Okay, we're going to go for $89 put now. Okay. Markets are extremely volatile. Let's assume that this is going to hold the position because we are at almost 1.5 pip gain, but we never know. Okay, looks like this is a gain, and that is the end of our session. So day 6 is a success. The highest progression we ever had to use was $88.89, which was the 4, 5, 6, 7 progression. So that was the highest that we ever had to use over the last 6 days. The markets have been very volatile. So, what we thought was going to be a gain turned out to be a loss, and what we thought was a loss turned out to be a gain. And a loss or gain sometimes also became a push situation in which it was just a break even. So anyway, it is a success. So let's continue this on Monday, because tomorrow, Saturday, markets are closed. Sunday, only the Toby session is open. We're going to do Toby sessions, I told you. It's not liquid. So Monday is when we're going to do our next, which is day 7. All right. See you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.